All right, everybody. Welcome to the Land Your Plane podcast. Tonight we got a real special guest. For y'all that don't know, is this Mr. Offense Defense, Mr. No Commercial Breaks, Mr. I beat MJ one-on-one, the only man that can say that, nigga. Mr. I get invisible in department stores. I get invisible in department stores.
Okay.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Everybody put it together for the legendary street doctor, fellas. Let's give it up.
Yes. Welcome, street doctor. Welcome.
Street
Welcome.
pharmacist.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
My man, man. Thank y'all, fellas, man. Thank God and thank y'all for giving me my flowers while I'm alive, man. Feel good to be alive.
Who want to start
Awesome
it off with this legend, man? Go ahead, Chief. Go ahead.
Well, being that my name Chief Streets and your name is Street Doctor, I was wondering, I'm quite sure the people is wondering, where did you get your name from?
Well, the doctor part comes from my favorite basketball player was Dr. J. And that street come because I'm street. You know, I'm Port City DNA all day. You know, you can coincide. I was street. You know, and wherever I go there, I adapt. You know, everybody know the rest. I used to jump from day to night while my mother check out about my Air Jordan nights.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, but that street doctor basically come from basketball, man. But it got a lot to do with the street because I'm a street person. I'm a one-on-one. I'm a hands-on-hand person.
Okay,
All
right.
Hey, Street, we're gonna start early. Where you from? And just give us your background. Where you was born and raised at?
Well, I'm born right here in Wilmington, man. I'm from Hillcrest originally. Spent most of my time in Hillcrest. I'm from East Wilmington before they built Creekwood and Turnkey. From Woodside, but I grew up in Jersey because most of my extended family come from Jersey. Like the Robinsons, the Yakes. I grew up in them kids. We always grew up. I grew up in the BO with the Rileys. You know, I grew up with the Springles, the Reeds. I'm a real street Port City guy. I'm north side, south side, east side. I got families everywhere. I'm an only child, but I moved around. You know what I'm saying?
I have something to ask you because I know these guys. You know them probably since yay high, and I know you for a long time from the gym. You already know, right?
Yes, sir.
So I know without getting into too much, but just from the times that you've seen then to now, what do you see was so crazy going on? Because I have to ask a street doctor about the street stuff, and then we're gonna get back into the other stuff. I just want to get that off right now. You know what I mean? Like what you see with right now with these youth from now and when you was out there.
Well, you know, when I was out there, man, we got a lot of experiences, man. Like the shit I grew up on, man, was being independent. My mama told me to be in the house at 8. I was 8, 10. You know what I'm saying? We didn't need no internet, no phone or nothing. We was more like, you know, responsible. You didn't want your mama to come home and kick out the trash. You want to do something because you already know what's going on. But the thing is now, these kids now need some little structure. They need to be, you know, they need to be instilled in their mind how great they are. They take everything for granted because it's on. Man, if the internet had been around the time when I was coming along, you talk about Michael Jordan and stuff, man. I'm for the internet, man. You know what I'm saying? You can take it. It's not so with sports, dance, but you could be inventive now. But when I was growing up, we had the experience of walking to the corner store, being independent, going from project to project, competing. You know, not getting no fight, being responsible, respecting people. Nowadays, these kids now, man, I don't know what it is. For one thing, they're lazy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? They really are, man. They're lazy. You find a kid with a good work ethic, you hold on to them because everybody wants everything to come to them. And with this phone age, everybody just reach out on the phone. I'm not phone savvy like that, but I'm street savvy. But yeah, that's the difference, man. The kids now, they just not, you know what I'm saying? They haven't experienced a lot. They say a lot and do a lot and know a lot, but it is not, they ain't lived a lot. When we grew up, we grew up fast.
Right.
We knew mom and daddy was in there having sex. Respect that. We knew to be home. We knew to do that. We knew to help the old people. We respect each other. But now, everybody's more selfish, man. It's more selfish. And the dollar value is so small. It's so small, man. It's like 10% on a dollar. When I was growing up, that dollar was like 99%. You could take a dollar and buy you 4 chicken wings from Dewdrop or something like that. But now, you can't spell, goddamn it, chicken wing with a dollar.
Please, take off, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I got a two-part question, Street. So one, I heard that you had an affinity for skating. Could you give us a little insight on your passion for skating?
Hello, you about to trip out on this, man. Well, I'm legendary, man. And when the legend has it, nah, we ain't gonna go there, but the legend has it. I robbed my first bank when I was on skates when I was 14.
Ah.
That derby,
Hey,
yeah,
Street.
that's right there on April Dawson and Neil Diamond in the Yard. When they arrested me on my skates, I say that part. And the police say, well, don't even handcuff. They handcuffed my skates and everything. Lift my ass up and put me in the car. That was in 74, 75. But
Uh-huh.
legend had that, yeah, I had a passion for skates, man. I was so athletic growing up, man. With nothing I couldn't do, from unicycle, walking skills, noon chucks. I was just athletic, man. I'm an only child, man. I grew up, man. I was very talented. You know what I'm saying? I had it in me. I had that dog in that bike, man. I kill a bed bug and fight a roach. It ain't make no motherfucking difference. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you told me one time that you got your legs strung for riding skates all around town. Is
That
that
was the
Yeah,
second part of
man.
my question. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, that was it. That was the second part. What he just said. How did
Yeah,
it affect your game?
I roller skated from here to Seabreeze one time when I was like 12 or 14 with like 6 of us.
from
We
where?
skated
Jeremy?
down. Yep, we skated from Jerry to Seabreeze all the way down Carolina Beach Road. We caught a ride back, but we skated down there with 6 of us. We stopped at every convenience store and everything, stealing on the way. This was in the 70s, so I was the only one who had the shoe skates, but everybody else had the union skates with the steels and stuff, man. I got so many fond memories, man, of Jerry, South Side, North Side, East Side. People tell me stories every day. But man, I remember y'all when y'all was small, man. I do, man. And y'all growed up, man. And it's time, ain't too many of us here. My age, things happen fast. But I count my blessings. One of my wishes and my blessings and my goal and my bond with God is to let my kids grow up to have a long lasting life. Everybody gonna go through stuff, but you want to be healthy, you want to be around. I don't want to have everything or be gone. I want to have my life. I can see a lot of stuff that's going on. You feel me?
Well, they call you we call you the street doctor for ball in the streets, but can you get into how you started playing basketball?
Man, watching Mel Lock Lemon is like a third cousin of mine, Harlem Globetrotter. And Dr. J is one of my favorite players. But I was a best little league baseball player in the state before I got into basketball. So this was the same year. The same year they killed Martin Luther King. I won the hit run competition in Wilmington. I was the only black from North Carolina. They flew me from here to County Football Stadium. I met Hank Aaron, Mr. Stokes, Mr. Murphy. I was the only black out of 50 states, man. I came in second in the country, but I was first in North Carolina. Before I ain't got my mom was ready to took up karate. I was a little motherfucker now, but I had heart. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing. Everybody know me. But before I was street doctor, I was Thin Man, Mr. Jump, uh, Captain Jump, Steel Iron. I had a couple of names growing up, but street doctor stuck with me more than anything. And I actually, the name I got, street doctor, was one of my homeboys. His name was Street Doctor. He passed away years ago, so I kind of took a form of that. And I would say, damn, that nigga got a cool name named Street Doctor. Shit, that name should be me. Before then, I was, Karate Leo, all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Over that Steel Iron, I go in the store, man. I used to go in the store, before crack and after crack and all that shit. I used to go in the store. I used to steal, man. I used to steal shit. I used to jump in my pocket. I used to be invisible, for real though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What age did you fall in love with basketball? When you, because I heard some stories about you, and I'm the type of, I play ball, and sometimes when you hear stories and you don't see it, you don't believe it.
About Rolling Grace, 12, 14 years old. I could palm the ball and I could dunk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that time I knew I was good. Cause see, I did a lot of tricks and stuff. I watched Mel Lock Lemon and I was real good and I was athletic, man. I could roller skate, jump from day to night, man. I could do a whole lot of shit, man. You know
How
what I'm
tall was
saying?
you in middle school? How tall was you in middle school?
I was about the average size. I had a 3-inch growth spurt the time I turned from 16 to 18. I had a 3-inch growth. But when I was 14, 15, I was pretty the average size. But I was real skinny, but strong, and I had a lot of heart. I mean, I could do that shit Bruce Lee was doing, the noon chunks. Man, I was never scared of nothing as far as, fighting and taking care of my own. It just came natural to me. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
So
Yeah,
how
And, you know,
did
I know.
you? My fault, Street. I
yeah.
didn't mean
Go
to
ahead.
cut you.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Street.
How did you prepare for? How did you approach basketball at that age? Like, how did you prepare yourself?
That's a good question, man. That's a good question. And I'm gonna tell you how I did it. I grew up in Hillcrest, right there across from Poston Bakery, and we stayed on the front row right there by the railroad tracks. And I used to stay out on that basketball court and practice at nighttime when people would sleep. My mama knew where I was at. They would look out from next door to my mama house right there. And I used to be over there training all the time, and I used to do tricks, and I trained more or less and played. I never really played basketball. I trained it from an early age. That's why I teach my son. You know what I'm saying? I trained. I never played. When I shoot around, I was shooting around like I was checking myself. I was done with this out there just shooting. That shit Tim Duncan was doing, I could do. That shit Mike was doing, I could do. I could did. I was very athletic. Duncan was my shit. I hung around in the square. I was up there. You know what I'm saying? I went 17 years before I lost a one-on-one. I didn't play from guys from Reggie Miller and Pooh Richardson, Allery, Billis, Kenneth Smith. I didn't play them guys one-on-one, just shooting around bullshit through the years. That's not even the good guys I was seeing, because most of the good guys I played was in prison and moving around. But I've been to California, I've been to Harlem. You know what I'm saying? I moved to Texas. I played around. I moved around. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the area where we was competitive around here with Ronjo and guys like that, man. They 3 years younger than him, and Mike them 3 years younger than me. But I was really a beast. It was so racist during my time. They didn't even let me play school ball. I played like a half a year, and I think Heavy pushed my cousin, and I threw some sneakers and hit him in the head. The same year I won the dunk contest with 78, 79. Me, Donnell Evans, and Sam Morris. We won a 3-on-3. I think we beat Ronjo, Jordan, and Dave McGee.
Oh
Sputnik.
man.
Yeah, that was in 78 and 79. And 78, they cheated me. The Martin twins and UNCW, they was very popular back then. Two black guys and they was the judges, but they cheated me and gave it to Dave McGee. And I walked from Brogan Hall that night to back there in Hillcrest on 13th Street, and I told my mama I'd never lose again. I just went to training. Training is where I prepared myself. 9 times out of 10, I beat guys before I stepped on the court because I already didn't play. I trained. I used to be able to run a suicide. I just trained, man. I used to put blindfold over my eyes and dribble. And when I couldn't find the ball, to listen to where the ball was bouncing. I took a basketball and put it in a bag to shoot around with, and just so the ball would stick my hand. I did finger push-ups. I was on some Bruce Lee shit. I could jump from day to night, man. I was just one of the athletic guys. I wasn't the only one. There's a lot of them around here, but I was a motherfucker. Wherever I went, I competed, man. A challenge wasn't nothing to me. You get to wake up early in the morning. Even when I was doing time in the penitentiary, first time in the penitentiary, I did 6 years. And I used to be up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning just doing back arms and training. And when they had chicken day, 025, motherfuckers going to eat chicken, I'd be out there on the court running suicides. And when I came out there, the game just come natural. I mean, it just came natural, man. Where I went, I challenged, motherfuckers was challenging. You know what I'm saying? But, God bless me with talent, man. Like I say, I played baseball. You know what I'm saying? I was real good, man.
I think at some point you remember you told me that how old was you when you went to California and got down with the them two twin brothers? Can you talk about that?
I was 19, I think 20 when I went to California. I helped my mama. My mom was going to this merchant scene from down there, Stateport,
Mm-hmm.
He had to drive out there to have emergency surgery, and we got in this van, customized van, and left him here. It took us like 6-7 days because we stopped in Texas and stayed 3 nights. This motherfucker been all around the world, and I was 16, 19 when I went out there, man, and that's where I met Reggie Miller. Them, it was LA High, Pooh Richardson. Them. They had a lot of gang bangers back there, man. It took me up when I went over there. I was sitting on the side. Everybody knew I could play. Them others came in and just took my up. It took me about like an hour and a half to play. I just sit in there every time the game was. I go out there and shoot. Every time I had it up, them niggas came in there and took my shit. But when I got on the court, I showed my shit. That's how it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I played against them guys. I met them guys, man. Like when I was up in Durham and Kenny Smith with me, I was in Hillsboro. Monkey Ross, he went up there. He played at Hillsboro. Kenny Allen played at Hillsboro. They won like state championship, city championship, fed championship, and they had a video of me every night. WRL, WRTVD Durham or something. Street Dot hit a man who beat Michael Jordan, and they showed it every night on weekends and stuff. So when I came home, I had a 5-6 month contract to go overseas and play for Italy. Gene Smith hooked me up with that because the second year Mike came in the NBA, he broke his foot. And I was up there in Hillsboro doing time. We was playing, we played City League, like Murphy League. We played prison league and we played Fed league. We won all that shit. They had been winning before he came up there, but I was one of the only ones that came up there and started. But Monkey Ross familiar with that, but I was all on TV, man, and people was giving me my praise and you know that when Mike, his second year NBA, he broke his foot, and I used to go over there and train with him. The guys up there at the camp, they liked me. They ain't like nobody from Port City. When I went up there, you don't know Mike, because you know what? They had study release, Central, Durham, Charlotte. They had work release. I was working in Durham over there on by Daymont Court, and dudes that didn't like me and these come in from work release from Carolina and Central. They just said, man, we seen Mike today. He said he don't know you, but one day he called to the camp, man. He said, man, you want to come over here and train with me? And from that day on, man, Mike kept it real, man. He kept it real. He asked me every day, did I need something? I told him I had about another year or two to go when I was up there training with him, man. Yeah, but
So
Street,
how did that go? How did you get to be in prison and play basketball with Mike? You said Mike sent for you?
Yeah, I was at Hillsborough.
Okay.
Hillsborough prison. That's like a like Port Authority for all prison when they go up there and gas up. Not Sandy Ridge, but Hillsborough. It's over there to West.
Yeah, I know.
It's the only town. It's 22 miles from Chapel Hill and it's 22 miles from Durham. It's Hillsborough. When I got there, I was in prison. I was telling you earlier, Trio, how I got off the prison bus and went there. They didn't take me through processing. They took me off the prison bus, took me straight to the yard right behind Central Prison, the old wall, right? So I got up there and I came up and I see them two people got stabbed. That I told my mama I wanted to get help from up there. Trio, they sent my ass to Hillsborough because it was a basketball camp. All I had to do was go up there and play ball. They was betting on people. It was more like a stir crazy thing back then. You bet on inmates.
Let's go back. What happened your first day at prison when you first got there? Talk about that.
All right.
Okay, I was in the county jail for about like 2 years trying to beat the case. They gave me a 9 and 12 and a mandatory 7. And all my homeboys like Freddie Stokes, Chris Spicer, Joe Sweat, Pee Wee Green, all them guys was already up at Central Prison. They were legends. They had been up there for years, but everybody knew I was coming. Everybody heard I didn't beat Mike in 79. This was 1981. So
Mike who?
Jordan, my homeboy. Yeah.
Hey Street.
Yeah.
Hold on, before we go any further, you can still go back to explaining how you.
No problem. Go ahead.
How did the one-on-one go with you and Mike?
Great question.
Please let me know.
I'm for one thing, I'm 3 years older than Mike. You know what I'm saying? So when I was like 19, Mike was like 16, 17 when he was good. He had that hang time. You know what I'm saying? But I had more tricks in a little bit. And me and Mike, mind you, all of us, we played because we went 3-on-3. Me and Mike used to train together. I was never impressed by nothing Mike did. I'm hard to impress. And I used to always tell Mike, let me see a 360, let me see a 360. And I didn't never see a 360. Even the 360 he did wasn't really a complete 360. But that was my thing with me and Mike since growing up. But we played and shot around. We used to go out to Empty Park, man. We was the youngest ones out there, and it took us forever to get out there because all the UNCW guys would go out there and take it and bully over the court. But me and Mike used to go over there and play all the time. And when they shot around in between games, we played like, we got that stage like 2 hours. We might play 1 or 2 games. That's when me and Mike met, and we used to go on the sideline and play all the time. Very quick. I'm older than him. I'm more tricky than him. I'm more athletic than him at the time because he didn't have no handle back then. He's 16, 17. Yeah, but I was dominating only him. I beat a lot of them guys, man. I mean, I was just a motherfucking gifted athlete, man. It wasn't all on Mike. I was a dog. That shit Mike was doing, being nasty and shit, man. I did Mike like that. I did every motherfucker that I played against like that, man. I was just a beast.
Right.
And I was very strong, man. I built myself. I trained myself.
Hey, Street, let me ask you something though. So what was some of the things that Mike wanted to learn from you, like when he was requesting you for these practices and stuff?
Let me tell you something now. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Now, I learned shit from that motherfucker too.
Okay.
It's fact.
You know what I'm saying? When we were 16, man, I watched them, man. Trail, Elo, if I already had my shit. I beat you before I stepped in the gym. But if I sit down, I ain't got to even play against you. If I sit down and watch you down there warming up and you doing and shooting your moves and going, I know your go-to moves. I'm watching you. I'm a very good student. You know what I'm saying? I know your strength. This is me watching you. I ain't got to even play against you. Right. But Mike taught me a lot of stuff too, like on the free throw line, how you grab him off of the wrist. How you elbow him, you wear him down, you don't give him a break. I beat a lot of one-on-ones because every time I missed, when I did miss, I pressure you with the ball. I never give you a chance to set up. I just hog you like Muzzy. I was like Dennis Rodman, Moses Malone. I was always, that's how I beat a lot of one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Mike, he taught me a lot, you know, and you know what I'm saying? And then he was never a fake motherfucker. Mike talk shit like niggas from Wilmington talk shit. I played with, look, when I went up there, we played with Brad. I'm going to tell you something. I walked in the gym. I'm 23, 22. Mike been in the NBA 2 years. He broke his foot. I walked in the gym. I'm the only motherfucker that was sweatpants. It's Kenneth Smith, Steve Bucknell, bunch of them motherfuckers, the alumni up there play ball for Carolina. They in the gym. Mike knew I was coming. Dean Stewart, okay, I go in the gym. Soon as I walk in the gym, Mike came in and dabbed me up. What's up, man? What's up, homeboy? You need to stretch? You need to warm up? I don't lie. I don't know about no stretch. I said, no, I'm good. He told my man, I think he told Brad Daugherty or somebody. He told him, see, my homeboy got Nate. The motherfucker looked at me and they frowned their face and shit. Mike said, you heard what the fuck I said. Now, he ain't in the NBA, but he back there playing and sucking me in his foot. He talking shit to these motherfuckers. You hear me?
That's
so
right.
I'm like, damn, Mike. So I'm over there sitting down and shit. He said, you ready? You up? So when I go up, I go out there with my sweatpants on. Mike had gave me the sweatpants, had sent them over by my coat. And I had sweatpants on, man. I went out there, man. I lost that game. Mike then won 2 more games. Then Mike then lost. And we went back up together. We ran about 3 hot straight on the motherfucker. But I played against Brad, and we was up there in the audience. We was up there after we played. Brad had about like a half an ounce. This word of bond on my kids, man.
Hold on. When you say Brad, who you referring to?
Brad Daugherty. Brad Daugherty.
The Carolina, the Cleveland Cavs first round pick.
Yeah. We were sitting up there. Mike was signing them programs, and we sitting up there, and Mike was talking shit to them motherfuckers. Yeah, man, your mama rich and this and that. That's why, motherfucker, that's why you on the team. And Brad, you need to leave that damn powder alone. That's why your big ass out of shape. I'm sitting right there, and Brad put out like a half an ounce, and that shit was beige. I'm talking about, I sit right there and seen that shit, man, like it wasn't nothing but that gym bag. Mike said, that what got the game fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Talking shit, man. And Mike cool fool, man. Even when I seen him down here the last couple of times, man, you know, I was hollering at him and behind the Boys and Girls Club, and I think one of the sheriff deputies, you know, they was saying he was getting with the sneakers at the kids. This was me and you went. Didn't we go, nephew?
I believe so.
Yeah, no, me and
what you call him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
me and Rob.
Rob.
Damn, we're just on the pad. We in
Fuller.
No, damn, what's his name, man? Anyway, let me go. But yeah, check it out, man. I went over there, I hollered at him, and one of the guys said, that's Street Dog. He said, yo, you know, he called me Leon. Mike don't call me no Street Dog. He called me Leon. He said, yo, man. I said, what's up, man? I said, I need to see you. He said, well, I see you when I come out of here. And then as soon as he said that, everybody outside the damn tent come over there, rushing me to my man. You want to do this, do that. So I went to the car, smoke my little clip and drink my beer. And while I was at the car doing that, the dude came to the door looking for me. They wasn't letting no parents go in. And this one was at the Boys and Girls Club across town. That time he came over getting on the shit so out the parking lot. And I was in the club. He said, he came looking for you, Street. I said, man, I ain't going there because the dude at the door was kind of nasty. So I went over there and knocked on the door. I said, Mike was looking for me. He said, nah, man, but he did look for me. So he told me to see when he came out. So when he came out, he jumped in his little Range Rover and hauled ass. And before he said that, he said, you see Francis? He said, see Francis. So Francis Welder. So I said, okay, I know Francis. Me and her went to school together. But I know Francis had a little attitude because she ain't like what I said when I first seen her. Because when I seen her, I said, man, I ain't seen you in a while, girl. I remember your hair was so short I could see your brain. Boy, that motherfucker ain't like that shit there. and then Mike gave her the little information on the card. And when she came out, I was the last one out there waiting on her ass, man. And she was saying, I got it. I can't find it. You know what I'm saying? And that bitch kept my shit on purpose. But my daughter do her makeup. So, yeah, she was hating on me. Yeah, but I get in touch with her, man.
You talking about Francis Well? You talking about Francis Well?
Yeah, WCTO knows ass, man.
So how the dunk contest went with you and Michael Jordan when you beat him in the dunk contest?
I beat him and Donnell Evans. Donnell Evans is in Wilmington right now. Donnell Evans, just a good ball player as I was, probably wasn't athletic ball. He right here in this town. He went in the service and he played over there and hit it too. Donnell's 6'3". He's 6'4". Everybody know him that's listening. They know him. And Sam Mars stayed right behind my daughter on 15th and Church. Sam Mars is the old fireman. He's a kin of Johnny Mars, Velma Mars, them brother, the oldest brother. The dude stayed right behind my daughter on 15th Church. The 05, man. He played. He about 6'1". But me, Donnell, and Sam beat Jordan. I want to get it right. Ronjo or Pickleball or Jordan Ronjo or Dave McGee. One of the three. We beat them 3-on-3. The same year I won the dunk contest. That was in '79. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I beat Mike with the dunk contest. My first dunk was off the backboard backwards dunk. Mike went to slam, he missed. Donnell slammed some bullshit or whatever. But Donnell could play. These guys as athletic as I was. They just wasn't I was just talented, man. I'm telling you. So my next dunk, I did a 360. Easiest dunk I ever done. I practiced it. I trained without the ball. You couldn't tell me shit. I was one of the only motherfuckers can do that. That was my shit. Throwing that shit on the backboard, coming down fast, getting the top of the key, look one way, and run around you like some Vince Carter, Jay Morant shit. That was my shit. I was just like that, just athletic, just like that shit. So, but that 360 on my next dunk, I think Mike missed one, Donnell missed one. So my next dunk was from the free throw line. I killed it. I ain't missed nail dunk, and they didn't miss one or two. So I won it that year. They cheated me the year before. You know, I kept that was in '79. Then I got an armed robbery charge with the prison, 81.
So that happened at where? What happened at the Christmas tournament? Where that was at?
Yeah, it's Brogan Hall, 3-on-3 Christmas tournament. They used to invite every year. Fayetteville, V. Ross, Terry Sanford, View, all them schools come around. North Brunswick, Burgar, all them schools come there and participate every Christmas tournament. 3,000-4,000 people used to be there. I used to come off the street. Then they kicked me off the team at Hoggett. I got a picture right now when I played for Hoggett. I got a picture right now when I was 8 years old. I'm accounting for the studio with the picture I was telling y'all about when I was 8 years old a little bit. I got some pictures, man. I got a video. I'm not phone savvy, but that video where they took me at Butler Penitentiary, they had the goals were like 12 feet. You couldn't dunk. But they had a picture on me in Hillsborough newspaper where I got my elbow in the rim like Vince Carter.
Like Carter?
Like 7-1. I'm playing against Crocker 71. They all of them on the ground standing there looking at me with their hands up. I got my elbow, and you couldn't even touch the rim back there. Yeah. I won countless one-on-ones up there, man. Yeah. How
was it playing basketball on the yard?
Oh, it was a beat, man. Trey, I was telling you, I stayed in jail 2 years, man. When I got to Central Prison, I didn't even go through no process. Everybody in prison had knew that I was coming there. Here's the man who beat Michael Jordan. That was in '79. So, street doctor. They had motherfuckers up there like Hollywood, Freaky Fred. They had motherfuckers been locked up for years to play. Carolina and State, we go from and play the prisoners once a year. Every Governor Hunt them had that shit every year. They just go in there off the street and play up as for whatever, you know what I'm saying, reasons. But everybody knew I was coming. So when I got there, it was me, Hump, Leon Johnson, about 6 of us coming from Wilmington. All of us had Bubba Rush. All of us had armed robbery charge. We hit Central Prison. Not this wall, not the new wall, not that shit they got up there now. It's the old wall. When motherfuckers, you walk through the tunnels, them motherfuckers put them razors out you shit on my dick and bleed on my blade, or you know what I'm saying? This niggas real up there. Hot water rats and stuff. This is the real niggas was getting killed. I seen 2 motherfuckers get killed and told the people I wanted to get the hell from up there. But I agreed to step there and play ball.
Yeah, right.
I agreed to step there and play ball, but everybody that had time, lifers and stuff. But they was telling me, Street, you got a 9 or 12. Well, man, to a 7, you can do 2 years. You automatically get honor grade. You can go to 025. I said, well, okay, because I had it made up there. My homeboy, man, I had the raw treatment, but they took me right off that damn bus, took me straight to the yard. When I got to that yard, it was like 600 motherfuckers there. They gave me some sneakers. I was in jail hawk, boy, shooting milk cartons and milk and clothes hangers for 2 years doing exercise. You know what I'm saying? I didn't beat Mike. I was very athletic. I'm doing karate. I'm doing push-ups. I'm doing 125 push-ups straight. I'm doing back on 50, 60, 70 to a set. I'm training. When I hit, they took my ass off that bus, took me on that yard. I had my homeboys up there. They took my ass. They gave me some sneakers. I went out there and got in 2 fights. I played about 8 games. I beat all my games. I got in 2 fights. I was fucking them motherfuckers up. I was jumping from day to night. Them niggas, I was coming down, throwing that shit one way. I was 360. I was stealing the ball, had 5 steals. The ball never got past half court. I thought I didn't got them scored every time. Niggas was going crazy. I didn't know that they were betting on me. My homeboys them had my back. You know, my homeboys have been under 20, 15 years. We had Port City. I always keep that shit on lock as far as the system. You know what I'm saying? But I came on state, but everybody knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I had greed and shit, but I was telling them, after I seen 2 motherfuckers get stabbed in 2 days, I got and talked to the coach. I told him I was going to stay up there and play because they had motherfuckers coming off from Carolina. They play all Carolina Duke team. They come over there and play twice a year. You know, Thanksgiving, Christmas. They had the news people up there. But yeah, I told them I was gonna. I can see them two motherfuckers get killed. I said, hell no, them motherfuckers. Yeah. They had
So
time. Them motherfuckers big.
Street,
Yeah.
did you ever have NBA dreams? I hear you talking a lot of
Yeah,
basketball,
man.
but
Dean Smith hooked me up, man, to go overseas and play for Italy for $7,000 for 2 or 3 months. I was 26. I come home from prison. Mike had gave me all kind of shit. I came home. He gave it to me a year and a half before I got out of prison. I stayed in Hillsborough 2
What he
years up there.
gave you? What he gave you?
All his clothes. I had a work bag. Bob Johnson used to try to get it from me all the time. I had a work bag. He gave me perfect shoes. I had about all kind of outfits, man. He gave it to me. Like I said, when I got there, the second year he broke it. I stayed in Hillsborough 2 years. I went to Durham. I went to Hillsborough, whatever, did my part. Honor Powell, my homeboys is up there in Durham. I was going to work release. They just take me to my job site 5 o'clock in the morning and would never come back and get me to 12 o'clock at night. That was every day for 2 years straight. We had it made. All I had to do was just, I was all over the city. Everybody knew Johnny Dawkins, a boy, what's the other boy name? He used to pick me up. Damn, we used to play with Johnny Dawkins. What the fuck his name is? Tommy Amica. He used to pick me up all the time. He's walking down. Everybody in Durham knew who I was. I was going
Not to cut you off. Is that the Seton Hall coach, Tommy Amica? Used to coach Seton Hall?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But he was at Duke then at this time. Yeah, man.
He was playing for Duke?
Yeah, he's playing for Duke. Him and Johnny Dawkins. And Coach K, I know Coach K personally, man. He kicked Coach K. I'm gonna tell you something. After I beat Mike and I was up there in Durham and they put me on TV, here's a man who beat Michael Jordan, this and that. They showed that shit on TV for about 4 or 5 weeks on Sports Beat, WRL. You know, they was trying to get me and this dude named Eddie DeBerry and his name Hollywood from Durham, North Carolina, to go pro. But Governor Hunt didn't want to let us go. He didn't want nobody to come in the system and make nothing off the system. So it was like a racial thing then. But when I got out, Dean Smith hooked me up to go overseas and play. But when I got out, 6 months after I got out, I did 6 years. I'm an only child. My mama passed away right there in Garden Lake, the second house going down the hill, right there with old tire, man. Be selling them tires behind Family Dollars. It was in '86. My mama passed away, and I went crazy. You know, I just come home, you know what I'm saying? I just went into a funk. I went back to prison about 2 or 3 times after that. But Dean Smith hooked me up. I had a $7,000 contract to go play in Italy. I done met motherfuckers and played with motherfuckers trying to get me. I could curl 225 pounds at least 5, 6 times, man. I was a beast, bro. I was strong. I could jump from day to night, man. I'm telling you about, I mean, strong, bro. And I was very athletic, like a Westbrook sitting in Moncrief, Dennis Rodman type built, strong, wiry. And I was very athletic, like Vince Carter, like Billis, like Jordan. I could really jump, man.
Street, I got one question. I got one question, Street. I don't want to cut you off. I hate to cut you off.
You good?
Please, let me get a score on the you and Mike game. A score.
That's what I'm talking about. What was that like, man? Quit trying to dodge this shit, Street.
Man. Hey, don't hide nothing, Streets, man.
Nah, man, I'm not, man. We played a couple of games. I know Pacific games. I know I got him, and all the games we played, when I beat him because I knew I was gonna beat him. He was just like anybody else at the time. I beat his ass, man, but I think he might have beat me like 1 or 2 times. I might have beat him like 5 or 7 times.
Okay,
I was a beast, man. I was older than him, and you know, my thing was, it wasn't nothing I could pass better, I could shoot, I block shots still. You know, I beat people before I ain't stepping on the court, man, and I knew, you know, that he wasn't gonna beat me, man. And I let the game be close sometimes. When motherfuckers I was playing one-on-one, I already in my mind gave them 5 points. They didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying?
In the past, I'm not to cut you off. Not to cut you off. I heard in the past that from his teammate Kenny Smith that Mike couldn't dribble, and I heard you say that earlier. So when did you start seeing Mike game change from the times that you played?
I'm gonna tell you exactly. That's a good question. I'm gonna tell you when I seen him. When he went to Carolina, he played with Kenny Smith.
Yeah,
Kenny Smith was known for, Mike really ain't never pick up his dribbling game. He just take the ball and throw it out in front of him and do a flat run. That's what Kenny Smith was good for. You know what I'm saying? You get a rebound, you throw it out in front of you, and you go get it. That's when Mike started doing better, and then he started getting one-on-one better. But what me and Mike got from my homeboy, which I give credits to, was one of the best ball players that ever come out of Wilmington. I mean, even better than me. I would say that. His name is Reggie Gaines. I don't know if y'all familiar with him. Look him up. Winston-Salem State. Google him up. Me and Mike imitated our game behind him. He from Hillcrest. He played for Winston State, Mr. Basketball. 79, Mr. Basketball. He played on Italy. He had to try it out for 76ers. He was
You said he
went
from
over. He played, he from right here. His name is Reggie Gaines. Big cat.
okay.
He played for Big House Games from Winston State. Me and
Mhm.
Mike he played for Hoggett. He had him and Pickle Boots. He had them classic games at Brockton Hall back in the day during the Christmas tournament. He's 6'7", 6'8", right out of Hillcrest. He's probably one of the best ball players I ever seen come out of this town.
Dang.
Outside of Mel Out Lemon, Ronjo, a couple other guys. I get all those guys, man, credit. But you know what I'm saying? But I was really different. I know I was different. I don't let nobody take nothing away from me. You know what I'm saying? Even right now today, I got a little game. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. Like I went years, man, and I never really played. I trained. I ain't know where in the hell I'll let you be. That's just not even going to be thought about. You know what I'm saying?
So
Sure.
with all this right here, from all the people that you played and you know that you trashed, looking back, is there any regrets from a basketball standpoint? Like, man, I'm better than these dudes. These dudes then went and did this X, Y, and Z. And it's a two-part question because if so or if not, then what was the reason?
Well, it's a lot of guys, man. I can look at even the days, not to jump over the question you just gave me, but I can look at the guys, the days players, man. And them guys like, just say like Shea, MVP,
Mm-hmm.
man, I don't see nothing he was doing, none that I wasn't doing when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, man. I was just as gifted athletic just like that, man. Probably more, man. I mean, I had that shit with me, bro. I was just one of them motherfuckers, just like him. I ain't taking nothing away from his game.
Right.
And then he don't even play defense. You know what I'm saying? Them guys like that, I could see it. But yeah, give me the first part of that question one more time now.
So pretty much, based all the people that you played, you done beat Mike, you done played with all these legends in Wilmington and stuff like that, and they done went on to go to college and NBA and stuff like that. Is there any regret from a basketball standpoint, like you didn't take that path that they took, or if so, if it is regret or it isn't regret, what could you have done differently?
But you know what, man? I know one thing I couldn't do different, and that was not count my blessings, man. I give it all grace to God, man. I got so much people come up to me every day sometimes and remember me playing ball and other aspects, the stories I forgot, and they tell me, like even Mel Saffo, when he said we went to school together, when I see him, he always got stories about when we played up playing basketball. And I don't even really remember the motherfucker playing basketball, but he got stories and he remember he being detailed telling me that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I was just as gifted, man, as anybody else, man. I don't have no regrets because I know my talent was it was more than basketball. And then you know, I really was a student of the game and I love the game because I was the only child, man. And that basketball, I met more guys. I've been more bonds with a basketball, probably with guys today on the internet with a phone. I built up a lot of relationships through the years, man. You know, when you playing sports and you good, your peers and the guys you play against give you much respect than anybody else just looking at you. They know what you're dealing with. They know the type of person you are. So a lot of my peers growing up, a lot of people that watch me and they tell me daily, I mean, even today, countless times, even when I was locked up, people remember shit. I tell me, I don't remember, but people do remember. And I know that one thing, when I played. I know it was a God-given talent. I didn't take nothing for granted. And in the money, as far as the money value, even I know this is a crazy question. I thought it would be never lived to be a time that I couldn't dunk. You know what I'm saying? I just thought I would be able to dunk until, you know, the rest of my life. And, you know, and I probably could dunk right now if I warmed up. And it'd probably be one of the hardest things I ever did in a while. But, you know, but I never thought, and once I realized that happened, I said, yeah, man, you know, only thing can beat you is like Father Time. But the stuff I did during my time, it was just like I can go in my mind sometimes, just like I can go on this phone sometime and visualize it and remember. When I see stuff that's going on, like I was saying, you know, Kobe Bryant is a great player. You know what I'm saying? And great as he is, I was never impressed with his game until the last 2-3 years he was in the league. You know what I'm saying? And good as a player he is, not because I was saying he imitate Mike or nothing, because I was doing the same thing. I'm a hard guy to impress. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, we competed. We walked from Jersey, South Side, North Side. We competed. When I went to prison, Burgout would have played Clinton. Clinton would have played Wyver. We traveled down to the prison. We traveled every weekend volleyball and basketball, so I got a lot of stripes that way. My game on the streets when I was 18, 19, when I beat Mike them, I was just talented. When I went to prison, my game revolved. It was like the NBA. I was fighting, man. I trained. I wouldn't let nobody beat me. I played a 2-on-1. You know what I'm saying? I did that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, like I'm saying, and I had a lot of challenges, man. A lot of fights and stuff, man. Just like, it was rewarding, man. I wouldn't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I got guys, man.
Let me ask you this, Trey. I don't mean to cut you off. Let me ask you this: if you can put up a top 5, top 10 Wilmington basketball players all time, what would you go at with it?
I'll go with Reggie Gaines, Michael Jordan, Ron Joe.
Yeah.
Who is Reggie Gaines? Who is Reggie Gaines?
Big Cat, West Salem State, Hillcrest. I told you the best ball player I think come out of Wilmington.
You know what? You're giving Blizz too much right now. I know what. See, Blizz. Go ahead, Street.
I'm just trying to be humble.
Who I said? Mike,
Reggie,
Ron Joe, Reggie Gaines, me.
Go ahead.
Sam Pelham.
Who?
Sam Pelham. He played for the Hawks. Yeah, he from Wilmington. He played for the Hawks. I got to give him that. How many that is?
Yeah.
I don't want to leave
you can go new school. You can go new school too. We got Kadeem Allen. We got.
I got Kadeem, and I got Gaddison. I got Gaddison, Kadeem,
you got Kenny Gaddy.
Yeah, I got Kenny Gaddison. Scott plays for a little defense. I like that.
Right.
And I got Kadeem. You know, I got Kadeem.
What about? What about Eddie Turk? You don't feel like he up there?
You know, all those guys.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I'm not going to deny it. I'm not going to say it, but since you mentioned it, no doubt, because I seen him when he was in his prime. I seen him when he was focused, like a Carmelo Anthony type player. I remember him. I knew his game was real good. Yeah, I can throw him in there too. And then I got some more, but I try to give them old heads the game because
give it to them. Give them their flowers, Street. Give them their flowers now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I gave Turk, and I gave Ron Joe, and I gave Kenny Gaddison, and I gave Ronald Jones. Y'all familiar with him?
Reggie Gaines,
Donnell Evans, Metal Lock Lemon. He's probably the best ball player ever come out of Wilmington, the most famous anyway.
Yeah, who?
Metal Lock Lemon? I heard that name before.
Yeah,
that's from
Harlem Globetrotters.
Okay, yeah.
Globetrotters.
All right, that's it.
He's more famous than Mike. He's been all around the world, man. They know him in all countries.
He went to Wilmington.
Yeah, he's like a third cousin, man. That's where I got all my tricks from. I'm gonna say Freaky Fred. I don't know if y'all remember him, Fred Davis. He's from here. He's like a Sports City legend.
Got all your chicks from?
Yeah, and I might be leaving out a couple more, man, because I got a little weed timers going on, and then I'll be remembering later on, man. I should have said so and so, but there's a lot of guys I balled with, man, through the years, and I seen ball, man. You know, when I came home from prison, Murphy pulled me in the center. Murphy pulled me in there. He played that tape of me with M.A. Here's a man from Wilmington who beat Michael Jordan dunk contest. They interviewed me in Durham at the federal penitentiary in Butler, and Murphy pulled me in the center, and he put that tape in there. He said, man, you know what? I'm proud of you, but you could have did this shit before you went to prison. He kept it as real as one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. I never forget that, man. You know, and he was one of my mentors, man. Murphy, Earl Jackson, Jimmy Stevenson. Them the guys I really looked up to when I was growing up. Kojo, those guys was my mentors, like my father, because my father, my mentors. You know, I would go up in the Wilmington 10 area. You know, we had little issues going on around here in Wilmington. And the people, the vibe here was way different than it is now. You got a lot of selfish people doing this area right here.
So with that, with you saying that, right? I see you a lot in the gym. I seen you a lot, like, right? And what advice? And I see you give out advice, but what advice did you stick to when you see people that have talent, like probably not like you, but they have just basketball talent? What advice do you give them?
The best advice is for them to get complexity, to think they're better than the and never stop learning, never stop growing. You might be good at this and better than that, but There's always somebody out there. You got to keep going. Never be satisfied. Never think that you got it made or your game is all that. You got to grow. You got to grow. That's the best advice I give him because man, it's a lot of good ball players. Always have been, but you know, God give it. There's a lot of guys like me and myself in other countries and states, just like legends like myself. You know, the prison legends. Because I'm more like my game revolved around in prison. It's more guys that I met in prison. Because back there in prison, I met guys from New York, D.C., and Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham. Everywhere I went, I was challenged. Everywhere I went, niggas want to play me one-on-one. They want to play me one-on-one. Everywhere I went, Durham, Charlotte, Raleigh, I had to beat motherfuckers. And I went 17 years, bro. And I did not lose. I'm saying.
Not to cut this without the internet. They hearing you, your name ringing bells without the internet. Let's remind the people.
Yeah, I got a lot of old
this
heads,
without
man.
the cell phones and internet.
Yeah, that's
Even
big.
the women, man.
That's big.
Even
That's
women,
big
man.
right there.
And I
Word
got
of mouth.
kids. I got guys that's probably older than y'all. I know y'all know me when y'all was young, and they got kids too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we got you on here for a real reason.
I appreciate it, man.
If you could tell the youth anything, Street, how your life went down the wrong path, can you get into that? Like, you ain't got to get into how it went down the wrong path, but you know, just let the kids know like certain shit that happened to you that took your life around the wrong path. This little shit.
Man, that's a good question on Trail. Because when I grew up, man, I was the only child. I had everything I wanted. My mama worked for the sheriff department and the police department in Wilmington. I ain't one for nothing. She made her own clothes. I had the little dirt bike they ride around here now. I had one of them in the 60s, bro. My mama bought me a mini bike. I didn't have to want for nothing. People say I was spoiled, but I wasn't spoiled. I was independent. I like to get my own money. I cut grass. I could steal. I know how to fight. I'd be all over town and stuff. But my mama, she really gave me a good structure and a good family. But my thing was, you know, curiosity killed the cat. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got on crack, curiosity. Being, you know what I'm saying, not satisfied. You got to be a good manager. You got to be able to manage your life. You got to not only be a money manager, you got to be able to manage every situation that come up in life. You got to be able to grow and learn. You know, God blessed me with intuition. Even also, I got talent. I got a good feel for people. I can see a nigga before they turn around the corner. You know what I'm saying? This is one of my senses. But I always know it took me a while to get this. I used to try to do stuff myself. And when I was trying to do stuff myself, I was just halfway getting through. When I realized I had a higher power and, you know, the shit worked and I do got angels, everything come along for. Because all the thing, you know, when I got my relationship with my higher power, I just basically, I don't even never pray for myself. I just pray for other people. You already know God gonna look out for me. Gonna look out for me. But out of hope, faith, and charity, God loves charity the most. Yeah, man. But I would let them know, Trey, that you got to let just anybody know that they're great, man. And the thing they got to know that these days, you know, it's good to want stuff and have stuff, but it's more better to value what you got if you don't have nothing. Like I say, I don't really have a lot, but I'm in probably one of the best shape in my life right now, man, that I ever been. I just can't do some of the stuff I used to. I don't, you know, I don't even like hanging around with my homeboys my age when they start talking about going to doctor appointments and shit. And like that shit, I get the hell away from it. No diabetes, no high, or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But not that much, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I count my blessings. Because when I was growing up, 50 and 40 look like you an old man, man. I'm down there 66 years old. And I know I got a lot of my peers ain't here, and a lot of my homeboys, they got health issues. A lot of my homeboys, they just, you know what I'm saying? And I'm being reminded every day. When I got kids, I got great grandkids. You know what I'm saying? I got like 3, 4 great grandkids. So, you know, and I feel good, I look good. We all going through shit. You know, if I wouldn't have went through the stuff I went through, prison, I wouldn't be here today, bro. And everybody, God got his hand, got it already planned. You know what I'm saying? Where there's life, there's hope. You never give up. You know what I'm saying? It's natural for us to have doubt. But one thing a lot of people don't do, what they should do, they shouldn't judge people. You know, in God's eyes, a sin is a sin. There's none greater or lesser. You know what I'm saying? So when you want to go there, who have not, you know, let them cast that first stone. But people like to judge people. A lot of people got opinions. Opinions is good, but they're not facts. You know what I'm saying? There's people right now that they still think I get high. And I ain't smoked no crack in about 20 years. You just can't change people's opinions and facts. You know, people always have that. You got a lot of people out here try to kill you, sabotage your character. You know what I'm saying? People that do that, you know what I'm saying? Even your own people. And you know how the white people look at us, but you got even your own kind. You know what I'm saying? But you know, one thing you don't do, you don't wake up in the morning without acknowledging God and your higher power, counting your blessings.
So,
You know,
Street, let me ask you this, Street. Where did you get your sense of spirituality from? Who instilled that in you?
I'm gonna tell you this, man. That's a good question, bro. And I was 22 years old, man, down in Caledonia. I was in the hole. I was in the hole for 9 months. And dude tried to stab me with a Halifax and with a damn knife with my bunkmate. And I picked the weight bar here. Both of us went over there. They locked us up in the hole. I was over there for about 9 months. This when Ricky Conyers, Pee Wee Green, Chris Spicer, real original legend was down there. They was on the yard. I was on lockup and I was into that word, man, real good, man. And I'm a reader and I'm a thinker. And I got into the word real good, man. And God just came to me in the spirit, and I was just as free as I am right now, sitting on this porch right here.
Right.
I just got a sense, that was only God given. And I was 2 years into a mandatory 7, and I knew there was a God then because He came to me and everything I asked for, and everything I asked for, He gave it to me. I just prayed continuously. I didn't want nothing to happen to my mother while I was locked up. I had like 4 more years to go. And so He granted me that with 6 months after I come home. I did 6 years. She passed away. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't ask for nothing better. You know what I'm saying? As far as that part. But he was doing work for me while I was in there. Like one time in particular, I was at a camp and program director called me to the office and I couldn't understand it. And it wasn't for nothing. He just called me. It was like 4:30. What this motherfucker called me in the office for? I said, I hope this motherfucker don't try nothing. And it was about my birthday. I think it was on my birthday. He called me in there and set me down and he said, man, look, he's on the computer and stuff. You from Wilmington. My wife down there from the beach and this and that. He said, come here, Mr. Wilson. I'm about to give you a birthday present. He showed me about like 12 mug shots. All those mug shots. I was down here going back and forth from jail and I was on crack. You know what I'm saying? He was just showing me all them 12 mug shots. I didn't know this white man from them, but I never forget it. He said, man, I just want to give you this birthday present. He said, you see this right here? You see this right here? You see this right here? You got to wrestle with this and that. You see this picture right here? You don't even look like yourself. You see yourself now? You look in that mirror there. And, and it took me a while to get it. You know what I'm saying? They helped change me. And I had some brothers like growing up here and I was in the street like Super Steve one time. I used to always see Steve. I was a go-getter when I was out here. I used to go stealing and boosting and stuff. And I used to always see Steve. I said, damn, man, I know Steve. I knew somebody. I asked him for something. Steve would say, man, yeah, Street, I'll look out for you. I ain't gonna give you no money or nothing, but something. If you're hungry, I'll get you some food or something. I said, yeah, man. He said, man, he used to see me periodically. He never judged me, for years. He said, Street, we don't get your shit together, man. We don't get your shit together. He wasn't the only one, but I never get him Pacific. I said, boy, I was gonna be there. I said, but when I stop, I know I'm gonna stop. I ain't gonna never do it again. He said, man, you need to get your shit together, Street. He said, yeah, you could do a whole lot of good, man, for the city. And he was instilled that to me. So that was one of my spiritual moments too. You know what I'm saying? It comes in all aspects, all ways, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Super Steve too, man.
Yeah. Shout out, man.
Shout out to Soup, man. My boy Soup. Hey, Blizz, what else you got, man? I don't want to hold him up.
Nah, before I get into this last thing, I just want to give my Uncle Ronjo a shout out. Ronjo actually my uncle.
Let me tell you about Ronjo. See now, when people try to compare us like they do Jordan and LeBron shit, and they try to compare me and Ronjo, I always keep it real. I'm always think I can outbeat anybody, pay anybody, but Ronjo is a pure athlete. See what I'm saying? Pure from the muscle. From basketball, football, boxing. He's just a fucking Bo Jackson type athlete. And I wasn't never on that level with him. I was athletic and I was a two-way player. I could play baseball. But Ronjo, and I learned a lot from Ronjo because we grew up together. Me and Ronjo grew up together in the same household. Dennis Brown and all that time. He was like 9,
Dennis, yeah.
15, 16, 17 years old. I hung out with Rick Conyers. I hung out with Boo Riley, them, Fatback, them. I grew up with that area. I grew up with Lil Babe, Walter Robinson, all my brother, Michael Yates. Them all the families my mama would let me go stay with on the weekends. I go to all them guys and my brother. I would go out East Wilmington, hang out with the Jacksons. I would go down Rifle Sam and hang out with Wayne Age and Cedric Age. Them was all my family. So I go around. I was real mobile back then. And we would always like go down, catch the thumb and ride down to Carolina Beach or to Fort Fisher and hang out on Seabridge for the whole weekend back in the days. People used to go down there and stay for the whole weekend, man. Wilmington was thriving. It was real shit. And I wish the kids now could experience it. And they got so many like y'all brothers. Look, the shit y'all using now, the platform y'all using with this technology shit.
Mm-hmm.
The kids could have been doing that and still can do that. I ain't phone savvy like that. I wanted something like this. You know, I need something like this because I ain't gonna always be here. And you know, it's like a leaving a message. You know, because I had got the same message growing up. Like I say, those kids they ain't gonna get the experience of going to the corner store or going to the club by themselves independent, or you know, they ain't gonna get that. Everybody so shell shocked. Niggas don't even go to north side, south side, east side. People just go out and stand in one spot all day. My grandmama told me when I was growing up, you stand on the corner, the whole world pass you by. That's why I was always a free person. You know what I'm saying?
Legacy,
Yeah, man. But I'm
baby.
glad y'all
It's
did
your
it, and I expect
legacy.
it. Yes,
It's your
So
sir.
that's what I
legacy,
was just about
Street.
to say. So last but not least, Street, what's your legacy? What's your legacy?
Tyshawn and his grandson. Go ahead, Street.
Man, legacy is the knowledge that I have of the great guys like Mr. Murphy, Jackson, the stuff they instilled in me, man, when I was growing up, the stuff I seen and what they was teaching us, I grasped that growing up and I grasped it now. My legacy, man, is to lead these kids out here, man, to let them know that the world ain't gonna end tomorrow or next month. You can make a plan and make a decision to have something and you can go get it. Sometimes you just gotta sacrifice. A lot of people want stuff fast. Sacrifice. It's just like going to school for 6 years. You can set out the plan. Like right now, I could have been had this thing going on, my offense, defense, no commercial break. This is not a test. I beat Mike. I've been wanting to do this for the last 15, 20 years. I didn't have guys like Twin on their birthday today. I done had him offer to help me years ago, invest in it. But it's something I wanted to do by myself. And I done had many opportunities to do it. And I'm not I know that's a thing that I can grow on. I just want to leave something here. Message, offense, defense. It takes people a while to grasp that. It means, you know, you look forward to it. You don't give up, and you always protect yourself, and you always grow. You always, you know, don't judge. You know what I'm saying? Just offense, defense. And a lot of people, you know, ask me what it means. I don't never tell them. I just want them to figure it out. And sometimes it comes in and it comes that. This is not a test. You know, life is not a test. You know what I'm saying? No commercial breaks. I mean, sometimes, you know, you have to, no commercial breaks, you can go forward. Or I'm going to sit my ass down, no commercial breaks. You know what I'm saying? And I beat Mike, classic. I beat Michael Jordan. You know, nobody can take that away from me. You know what
That's a
I'm saying?
legacy. Now that's a
Yeah.
legacy.
I
Then we
mean,
gotta
man.
clap it up for him, man. Yeah, that's a
Yeah, man.
legacy, baby.
Hey,
That's a legacy, baby.
we gonna do this. We do this again. I appreciate this, man. I don't know. Y'all make sure I get this ream. Send it to me. However y'all do it on my phone.
Sure.
Send me this
I
thing
got
on
you.
so I can do it. And I appreciate it. And I love y'all brothers, man.
Oh,
I
love.
can sit out here and talk to
Oh,
y'all for another
nothing but
hour,
Love
man.
you,
love,
Doc.
Street.
Man,
I
Nothing but
needed
love,
We're gonna do
Street.
a part
brilliant.
two.
We
Street.
appreciate. We
Hey,
really
We're gonna
hold
do a
on.
appreciate
part
you
two.
doing that.
Hold
Thank
on,
you,
Doc.
Street.
On doing
Thank
that.
you.
Hey, hold on, Doc. Hold on.
uh-huh.
Chief, didn't you have a question for Doc?
I said work on the script, bro.
I don't know nothing about it, man. I'm about to go do a little time in a couple more weeks. So I'm gonna try to get on the
Yeah.
network, man. But my stories got stories, man. It's funny that you say that, man. I had this white guy, man, about 25 years ago, you know, and he was a lawyer, man. Him and his son, they worried me for 10, 15 years. He dead and gone now. He wanted me to write a book, you know what I'm saying? And I kept putting it off, procrastinating, you know what I'm saying? But the movie would be fine, man, because it ain't over with yet, man. I think I got me another 10, 15, 20 more years in me, man.
You
If
do.
God
What would you
provide.
call it?
You got
Yes,
What
it.
would you call it? What would you call it? Because you're a clever person. What would you call it?
uh, uh,
It's
I would
beautiful.
give it.
Street. Right there.
I would get your attention with my stories got stories. This is a story of my life. My story got stories.
Mm.
And then I would go with legendary, and I wouldn't feed off. I would start my story off with my 8-year-old experience of playing ball and going to the racial stuff up there in Atlanta, Georgia, and meeting Hank Aaron, which was an icon at that time. How the crackers was trying to spit on me then, and then I would go from 8, you know, to 14 robbing the bank, and then I would go on and hit Mike with the 17, 16, beat Michael Jordan, and I would keep it going on with my legacy. I would keep
That's
it going
right.
on. I'll start with the kids. I love the kids, man. My street doctor kids, street kids, striving together, reaching every kid every time. Totally, that was street. I started it off when pandemic came in. I fell off, but I did it for 5 years straight on my own. I ain't had no problem. I ain't had to do no permits. I just went hitting them numbers, and I was holding them little tournaments and stuff, little dunk contests, ski dog contests. I had one for Earl Jackson, I had one for Murphy, or 3-on-3 for the kids. I did that on my own. That's my legacy. That's what I want to do, man. I want to give them kids something to grow with. Let them know how great they are, man.
Yeah.
Girl.
I seen you out there.
Yeah, and Dre Robbins. That's what I was trying to think. He the one took me over there when we ran over to holler at Michael Jordan. He the one came and got me. I went and picked him up. He was with me when I met Mike over there to the Boys and Girls Club. He got the story. You know Dre, right? Sneaker Dre.
Yeah,
Dre Robbins. Yeah, man. Yeah.
We got to give it up one more time for street everybody. Come on, man.
Doctor.
Come on, son.
Doctor,
Yeah,
man.
that's
Defense.
doctor,
Street.
man. The doctor, man.
Love y'all, man.
Appreciate you, baby. Appreciate you.
Love, man.
It definitely,
Hey,
everybody out there, make sure y'all like and subscribe, man. Street Doctor, the legend, man.
Got plenty more, man. Plenty
Man,
more.
your
Love y'all,
plane
bro.
podcast.
We got
Yes,
a couple
sir.
weeks.
Yes, sir.
We got a couple weeks. You want to know we can grow? Just put me on your show. You want to know we can grow? Just put me on your show, bro.
For sure.
For sure.
We
All right. Thank you,
All
Love
right,
you, man.
we love you, bro.
Be easy, man.
We
I'm
love
about
you.
Much love,
to go
Street.
up in the Bob Johnson and get me a cold. Huh?
For sure. Safe out there. Love, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Love, man. Peace.
For sure.